walking through here, and the son, of course, had better eyes than all of us, and found this 60 yards away in the timber. We're walking around open. So there's a shed, and brought back an entire deadhead in the spine, of course, and no way to tell what killed it right now. And the question was, coming up here, I'm asking everyone, hey, you think that's a yearling or two-year-old? Two-year-old, yearling, two-year-old. Because it obviously wasn't a great big deer, small. And I thought, I think that's a super yearling because there's no basal circumference. I mean, it's, put my little skinny finger down there, that base is not much bigger. You said two, because it's a pretty nice deer. It's, you know, it's got a little bit going on, but there's groceries. We're in New York. A lot of people don't think New York can grow big deer, but the problem is they just die young. They just die young. This might have been a booner. I'm not saying it would have been, but this deer was off to a good start because, here comes the magic. Come on a little closer. Deer don't brush their teeth. They got bad dental hygiene. Look at this front tooth here. That's a premolar. So there's 3 premolars and then 3 molars. And look how stained, how much, that's tartar. Look how much tartar or stain is on these back teeth. The front tooth is pearly white. The second one has just a bit built up on there. And the third one is not near as much as this, right? The oldest tooth in this deer's mouth is now this one, the first molar, which is behind the front 3 premolars. And it has deep stain, has a lot of stain. But we look at this on the top, think of an ice cream cone that is chocolate dipped in vanilla. Just the opposite of what you normally think. Chocolate on the inside, dipped in vanilla. Okay, and the more licks you take off the vanilla, the more chocolate you see. The inside of a deer's tooth is dentine. Enamel, you know enamel, you're a painter, painting contractor,
yes, sir.
is lighter or white, you know, lighter colored.
Yep.
The outside of a deer's tooth, our teeth, are enamel. And so the more a deer eats on this tooth, this is the oldest tooth in your mouth because these have been replaced. These had baby teeth, like we have baby teeth. They shed out at different known times and replaced by a permanent premolar. So this got replaced after this was already exposed. Therefore, there's more tartar on here and less on this. This is an old yearling. We are in April. They were going to expose those teeth late year. You know, if you killed it in regular hunting season, this would have had 3 cusps, but it's now shed. And probably its birth date was a little off. But look how white, even on the inside, they are here versus back here. See the difference in the amount of tartar buildup on there? Really obvious on the outside, because a deer's tongue, like our tongue, cleans the inside of teeth more. But on the outside, deer don't reach around, you know, oh, I got some broccoli in my teeth or something, and do that. So very white, doggone white, dark, even dark back here, fully out. This was like a 20, 22, somewhere in there, month-old deer, because they're born in June, right? Here we are in mid-April. So this is not a 2-year-old going to a 3-year-old. This is a 1-year-old going to a 2-year-old. You grew a great yearling buck. You don't have a genetic limitation on your property. Everyone says that. You don't have it. You have an age structure issue. And we're going to fix that with cover and food. But this was a great jawbone, because if this would have been harvested in early bow season and I had this, it's a 2-year-old buck. But because of when we found it and no tartar, I know these have been replaced within the last few months. No tartar buildup.
When you say replaced, you mean that's
They actually come out. Yeah.
Regrowth.
Yeah. So at about 18 months of age, this 3rd premolar, when it first comes out, it has 3 mountains or 3 cusps. Each heel, see how the first molar here, the 4th tooth back, that's 1 tooth. My finger's covering 1 tooth, but it has 2 cusps. But there's no wear on top. Feel how sharp, you can feel them. Feel how sharp those are?
Oh, yeah.
Sharp, right?
Yeah.
They haven't been chewing on much, right?
Right.
As they get older, they wear that off flatter and flatter and flatter. That's was actually created here in New York. Bill Severinghouse was a brilliant whitetail biologist. He wasn't well liked, but he was brilliant. And he's the guy that figured out the wear and replacement aging technique. It's not 100% accurate, but it's usually accurate enough for good management. So if and it's accurate at this age for sure. Now we get 4, 5, 6. I can't say that's definitively a 5-year-old. It may be 6 or 4, but for management, that's usually close enough.
So you're pretty convinced that that's a yearling?
An old yearling.
An old yearling.
Remember where we are.
Yeah.
And we don't know exactly when it died, but looking at what I'm seeing here, this wasn't like killed in hunting season. There's just nothing left. This was a winter time kill. No, I'm not. Maybe, I'm telling you. That was a 1.5-year-old deer come. In October, that was a 1.5-year-old deer.